Hi guys, welcome back to another informative video where we discuss about saving, investing, stock market, and a lot of practical tips that you can use to improve your way of living. I'm going to share with you my guilty pleasure. Ito ata ang mga paborito kong pagkaabalahan lagi, everyday. Look at that. These are my journals for 2021 and I'll share with you why journaling is very important. I would say that I'm a bit traditional when it comes to note-taking. A lot of you would think that it's best to just get an iPad, download an app for your personal finance or for your tracking of schedules, appointments, meetings, etc. But for me, it doesn't seem to work out. Hindi talaga siya... Oops. Dami talagang interruption. So, as I was saying, journaling is very therapeutic din for me. And when I say therapeutic, talagang nakaka-addict siyang gawin, lalo ngayong pandemic. So, these are the journals that I'll be sharing today. And, nakita ko ba kanya? Makita ko ata na-distract kasi ako sa tumawag eh. Wrong number naman pala. So, ayan. So, they have different purposes and I would really encourage you to start journaling. And, ang personal finance kasi at pagjo-journal, parang for me, parehas na sila in a way. Iba lang yung gusto mong isulat or i-jot down. Pero, in principle, taking notes is very important. You know what? I never realized that I'll get to the point na ma-enjoy ko siya. Because before, a lot of people would tell me, lista mo yan, ilagay mo yan sa notebook mo, bumili ka ng notebook, ilagay mo, etc., etc. When I was starting out sa ganito nga, being organized with finances and all, hindi siya madali. Naiinis pa nga ako nun kasi parang I told myself, sige, every time I'll go home, dapat maglilista ako, dapat mag-ililista ko yung mga ginastos ko for the day, etc., etc., yung mga ganun. Parang you are teaching yourself, you're disciplining yourself. Pero, hindi siya nangyari ng overnight lang. Even yung mga budgeting principles that I am doing now, talaga siya, overtime talaga siya ginagawa. Progress talaga siya. It's a work in progress na dapat simulan mo. So, start ko na. And I'll give you some tips on why doing this is important. Una sa lahat, it's very sustainable to buy mga fillers. So, I am really happy with these three. Though it's a bit expensive because these are luxury items. Pero, I mean, you can turn an agenda notebook into a wallet. I swear. And I'll show you how you can do that. And ito talaga mga favorite ko talaga to. But then, I still have the classic notebooks that you can buy from your bookstore. Pero now that I am transitioning and making it more sustainable, these are pre-love items and you can definitely just refill the leaves if naubos na sila. And mabibili mo yun sa Shopee for 40 pesos or less. Kasi maliit lang to eh. So, I think you have seen this naman. This is my LV Agenda PM in monogram. This is my everyday agenda notebook / wallet. Plus, I also have a long wallet with me. Na-feature ko na to before eh. So, I have my cards. Wait, sorry. I have my cards in there. Syempre, as always, on the side. And then my passbooks. Tapos, ayan. Ayan sila. Tapos, yung mga important notes ko dito. And then, some of my discount cards. Sorry. Mga pagbabayad ko ng tax nakalagay dyan. So, ayan siya. Yung mga discount cards. So, it's very important that you look for a journal that you like to maintain. Ako kasi... Ewan ko lately, nadudrone talaga yung attention ko sa mga gantong items. So, ayan. This is the first one. And this is what I carry every day because I think it's very classy then at the same time. So, ayan. Most of the important reminders are here. My password, my card, some of the important cards. And I also put here my credit card para hindi siya nasasama doon sa long wallet ko kasi yung long wallet yun yung ginagamit ko pag lumalabas ako. So, para iwas din sa tukso, ganun. So, I have this. And then, these two I recently got. This one's a Gucci. This one's my Gucci Pero ginawa ko siyang passport holder din. Sayang eh. So, ayan. It's also a notebook. And then, look how, how practical and dual purpose these agenda notebooks are. Ayan no. Pwede mo talaga siyang gawing wallet eh. Kaya talagang medyo yung, I was looking for videos online. And sabi ko, oo nga, pwede mo nga siya talagang gawing wallet. I mean, oh. Diba? Pwede siyang gawing wallet. Sa totoo lang. Ayan. And then, ito naman, ginawa ko lang talaga siyang passport holder din. Ganda nito. And then, ito recent. Ito, hindi ko pa ito nasusulatan, pero kagabi dapat susulatan ko. Pero sabi ko, i-film ko muna bago ko sulatan. This one's LV din. Ito yung epi nila eh. So, napaka-subtle lang dito. Hindi siya yung katulad dito na in your face because of the monogram canvas. Ito, ayan siya. Tapos sa loob, I have the inserts as well. I got this from Shopee. And you can order yours too. So, ayan. Tapos, same goes. Meron ka rin dito lalagyanan. That's why I like buying these types of journals para fulfillan mo na lang ng iba't ibang leaves na gusto mo. And then I have the usual notebook. This one's for my work. Ayan. I love getting my journals and notebooks from Daiso. I think less than 180. Diba usually 99 lang? Ito alam ko 99 to. Ay, 88, sorry. Ito yung mga medyo malaki. Ay, alam ko, same price din eh. So, I love getting my notebooks from Daiso because they are very durable and minimal tignan. So, ito, I always put here my work notes. So, ayan, mga work notes ko for 2021. Sobrang manotes ako na tao. And as you can see, I've written there some of the things I need to do for the week ahead. Ayan, I love this. And then, syempre, hindi mawawala ang Journal of the Year. I always allot a Journal of the Year. Sometimes in one notebook, it can last for 2 years. Because since these are the highlights of the year, dito rin nakalagay yung mga expenses and goals for the year. As you can see, it says here, 2021, plans, save, invest, and repeat. Yan, paulit-ulit. So, I have written here some of the things that I need to accomplish, but on a general perspective. And I put here my goals and focus points for the year. I am very organized when it comes to my money. And until I'm satisfied with the way I put my money in this bucket or in this bucket, hindi ako titigil. Like, per cut-off, ang dami kong revisions on my budgeting. Sobrang tindi. Kasi sometimes there are bills that would, unforeseen siya. Bigla na lang dumating. Lalo na ngayon na matanda na yung mga parents ko, retired na sila. There's like other expenses that would show up. So, I need to constantly revise my budgeting per cut-off. So, ayan. Let's now go to the tips on why you should start journaling and enter your personal finance manually. Again, I have no bad comments on those people who are more comfortable with technology, but it's just that I'm more traditional. Even though I'm still young, I still wanna write down my expenses. So first of all, if you do that, you avoid missing out on things. Remember, when you start reviewing things, if you write it down and say it, it's easier for you to do a recall, and you tend not to miss out on those items every quiz or test exams. So same goes for budgeting and personal finance principles. If you do journaling, if journaling kasi is more of what you do on a day, but for me kasi I treat journals or journaling for expenses. So for personal expense, jotting down talaga siya. Ganun yung journaling for me. So it might be different from the journaling kasi baka more on the artsy stuff, on the lettering. Ako hindi ganon. So, yun, I don't like missing out on things. I like to make sure that I was able to cover the things that I need to tend to on semi-monthly, lalo na kapag every cut-off. Because I don't want to miss out anything. I remember, I I tried not doing these things for one cut of grabe, and dami ko na miss out. I remember missing out on our broadband bills. Hindi ko nabayaran yung wifi namin. Galit na galit yung kapatid ko kasi walang internet sa bahay yun. So now I never miss out on those things kasi talaga nag-stick na ako dito. Next would be, it's also a way for you to organize your thoughts. Thoughts are very important. So if you list down the things that you want to accomplish or the things that you want to remove from your list, it's very important that you organize them in a notebook, whether it's for your to-do list or your checklist for work or for things that you want to accomplish for the next month, mga bayarin, bilihin, etc. All those things would make sense if you put it in a notebook. So yon, that's also one thing. And then lastly, track or monitoring. I like to go back to my old notes from last year. Dun lang yung isa ko notebook. It's kind of similar but then smaller from this one. Pero I'll be able to track there what happened last year and I'll be able to compare it. And then every year, I would put in my Excel file the notes that I was able to list down here. And sometimes may mga discrepancy pa doon. Ang OA ko talaga pagdating sa pera. And then at the end of the year, I would still parang get my receipts. Ganun kasi ako every year. I dispose my receipts but I review them. Kung tally ba sila. Medyo OA talaga. Because I told you nga every day, I think before I go to sleep, I'll get my notebook. And then check what happened with my expenses and magkano yung mga inangat at kinita ng mga pera ko sa stock market. I list them down. It's very OA. I know you would say it's very tedious. I should have just used my iPad or an Excel sheet or Google sheet just to make sure that I was able to track it. But in my case, I really enjoy and there's pleasure in writing it down. So I choose that way. But yeah, monitoring and tracking your expenses is very important. Nako, yan ata yung unang tinuro ko sa sarili ko even though it's hard because I like watching videos like this. And yun yung dalawang bagay na hindi ko talaga natiis talaga. Minsan, nagfa-fluctuate siya lalo na yung bata pa ako. Tapos para sabi ko, ba't ko ba gagawin ito? Nakakatamad naman, ganyan. But then as I grow older, I appreciate my younger self for doing it because right now, it just comes naturally. Parang it's not a task for me to fulfill because before, I feel like it's a task that I need to constantly fulfill every day. Nakakainis, parang ganon. Now, masaya ako kasi syempre wala na lang sa akin yung pag-write down ng mga notes. So, I hope you also start looking at your personal finance. Enter journaling. You know, the principles of journaling, it's not just for aesthetics or, you know, it's you training yourself to be more responsible with your expenses, and sooner or later you would realize na masaya pala siya. Na masaya pala siyang isulat, masaya pala siyang balik-balikan. And I really love looking at figures and how much my money earned for the month or for the week or other investments that I entered. So yon, I hope you guys would also do it because your older version would thank you for doing it now. Kasi ako talagang pinilit ko talaga siyang gawin yung pag-keep ng receipts, pag-aayos sa aking personal finance, pag-monitor, etc. You would thank yourself. Kaya gawin mo siya. So yun, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and please don't forget to subscribe. Bye!